anyone talks about the things that you've done in the past, just say African Americans, for example, you say, hey, look, the past is the past. We have to move on, you know? Stop playing the victim. Well, that's like telling a bill collector that they should just let go of the past, you know? I bought that thing a long time ago. Why are you still going on about it? If you keep insisting that I pay for it, you're just playing the victim. Try that the next time a bill collector calls you. Let's let bygones be bygones. See how far that gets you. You don't do right. You never do right. You just gaslight. But that's not going to work in the long term. Because there's only one thing that I know of that can potentially mitigate consequences, and that's repentance. I mean, repentance and obviously atonement. But you think, for instance, that officially abolishing chattel slavery, for example, equates to repentance for chattel slavery, but it doesn't. You know, if you stop beating someone with a club, it's not the same as repenting for having beaten them with a club, especially when you just start punching them instead of beat them. So like chattel slavery, that was dehumanizing, racist subjugation, and forced labor. Okay, did you stop doing that? Did you stop dehumanization, racist subjugation, and forced labor? Or did you just switch from clubbing people to punching them? The dehumanization is still there, the racism is still there, the subjugation is still there, the forced labor is still there. And not just in the form of the prison industrial complex and mass incarceration of the descendants of the people you enslaved. No, not just that. It continues in the form of the conditions you have created in your society which dictate people's options for survival. No one has a choice.
Wow. Making a lot of sense there.
Yeah, he makes a lot of sense. And that is exactly what goes on. See, people think that because we're not being beaten and enslaved, then everything's equal now. But like they say, it's not equal. You're talking about, like the man said, not given the opportunity to purchase homes, even stuff like that, stuff that goes on today. In the mid years, Black people could get a job, but they could only get half the pay as the white person standing next to them. These are the things Black people had to endure and constantly endure. And redlining. I mean, listen, I'll give you an example of me. All right. Had excellent credit in the 800s. I went to buy a house. Now, my typist made half my money. All right. Half my money. She went to buy this house for $100,000. She got absolutely no scrutiny. None. I went to buy a $44,000 house. I make twice as much as her and my credit is excellent. They looked back like 15 years and found a J.C. Penney bill for $15 that I paid late. This is what they were going to hold up my house purchase for. A J.C. Penney bill from 15 years. I said, Miss, are you kidding me? She said, well, we'd just like to know why it was late. I said, well, first off, that was 15 years ago. I honestly couldn't tell you why, except for maybe I hadn't gotten paid. I don't know. It was $15. They ended up giving me the house anyway, but not before they wanted to humiliate me. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, look, I got the house. I endured their mess, and everything is everything. But my typist, who made half my money, was able to buy a house 2.5 times the cost of mine, without an ounce of scrutiny. And how do I know she wasn't scrutinized? We talked about it when I was in the office with her. And she couldn't believe that they came after me with my credit rating at that time was 816. And the woman came after me about a J.C. Penney bill, which obviously wasn't on anything. My credit rating is 816. Where did they find that? And
it was pretty good.
Yeah. And that was 15 years ago. You know, 15 years from that point. You're talking like 25 years now, but it was 15 years ago from that point, or 2005, when I bought this house, that they went back to 1990 to see an old J.C. Penney bill. So these are the things we go through. But you know that falls under the category of iron sharpens iron.